Curious about voting?
Stay on 702.
I was 18 years old in 1994. Well, I hadn't quite turned 18 yet. The election was happening in April, and I was only turning 18 years old in October that year. So unfortunately, I missed out on actually voting in that election, which made me very heartsore. The excitement in the country was really tangible at that time. I mean, I remember all of us young people feeling like we were on the cusp of something amazing. And it was also because it was that time of our lives. We were leaving school, we were starting an entirely new life as adults, I suppose, and there was a feeling of wanting to work towards something better compared to what we had just emerged out of. Growing up in KwaZulu-Natal, I was also quite aware of all the violence, the political violence and the factionalism that was going on in that particular province. We knew that things were really fraught there from a political point of view. And so growing up in that context, the coming of the 94 election meant so much more to those of us living in that province. But I also remember what it meant to my family members to vote. I mean, my 80-odd-year-old grandparents, my parents, who'd never actually been able to vote because they refused to be part of the tricameral system in the country. And therefore, to be able to vote for them as free citizens was a massive thing. They had waited for this day for decades. They had carried with them the memories and the burdens of forced removals and other apartheid atrocities to which they had been subjected. And for them, it was such a red letter day because they had actually lived long enough to see the country come perhaps to the brink of revolution, but actually turn that around into a peaceful means of bringing democracy to the country. And that was so special for us as a family. It's a very difficult thing working at this time because it's a time of great political uncertainty and upheaval. One has to be particularly careful as a journalist when navigating the issues around this kind of thing on air. People are angry, but we must remember they have been waiting for a very long time for change. There are also so many changes in the political dynamics of the country. We now know of the existence of corruption, a wide web of corruption that has almost suffocated the state in the last few decades. And that has come to light. It is coming to light as we go towards this new election. And yet the contradictions inherent in that also involve the rebirth, or what some people see as the rebirth of the ANC with a new leader like Cyril Ramaphosa at the helm. So certainly it is a time of contradictions, of ambivalence. I look forward to the opportunity to use my democratic right to voice my opinion on the parties I feel should lead us into 2019 and beyond. And yet, as a South African voter, I still feel torn. At this point, I'm still not entirely sure how to vote because the political landscape is such a complex one.
Stay informed ahead of the elections.
Stay on 702.